Above it all, untouchable, a new animal. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made.
What's going on, guys? I'm Jeremy.
I'm Macy.
We're LSH Live. Welcome back to the Patreon. It's been a little bit. Got a little busy with our little season coming to an end there, and we're actually not doing the Congress this year, so we'll be home shooting some video for you guys. Wanted to do lead change stuff. We've been wanting to do this for a long time. Had to get a horse ready to do that kind of at that stage, and Enzo is our little 3-year-old. You guys saw him get started. He's kind of at that point now where we can start trying to change leads on him. So to me, there's a couple fundamental things you need to understand about lead changes, at least how I think about them. To me, a lead change is a weight transfer. That's all it is. So when we talk about changing leads, all we're really talking about is transferring our horse's weight and then applying a cue, and he should just swip leads, right? Swip them right over. So he's gonna switch leads and just flip leads right over because you've got his weight in the right spot. Okay, so I want people to understand that before we get started about like the maneuvers that go into it or anything like that. I want people to understand, what does that look like? What is that? What goes into the lead change on the ground before you worry about like, how am I gonna do it in a saddle? So if you don't understand it right here where I'm sitting, you're never gonna be able to do it where Macy's sitting. Okay? So for us, when we go to change leads, the big thing that I need is a horse that will push his body across side to side and stay straight. The biggest thing with lead change for me is that I want my horse to stay straight at the camera, straight through his body, straight head to tail. If one piece, like if his hip goes too far over and your hip goes sideways on you, you're not gonna be able to change leads very easily because your change is gonna happen, you might get your back end, but your front end's not gonna change, okay? So if you have a horse that changes front end first, then you don't have enough drive behind. If you have a horse that changes back end and then laid up front, you've got too much bend in your body's not straight enough. So your button doesn't mean move everything over at once. So we need to know, or we need our horse to know, that when we put this right leg on, that horse's whole body is gonna go over. So everything on this side is gonna go that way. See how he moves his legs together? Very, very good. And if you guys caught that little clip on Facebook, then you saw him flipping leads and pointing his toe out there and looking really cute through him. So this way he's a little sticky. Off our left leg, we know that about Enzo. There we go, and then we get out and pet him. So right there, that side pass, that's a lead change, all right? So what Mace just did right there, that's changing leads. So when you do that at a lope, you're gonna come across here, you're loping, left lead, push across, 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 and then she takes this leg out, sits, and switches right there. That's where the magic happens. So right where she switches, right here, change again. So over, 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 change. Boom, right there. See his legs come back in line, over, 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 change. See that leg kick out and come back across. Good, perfect. Perfect. So I wanted to do this with a horse so you guys can understand it a little easier. So you can take a lap and come back around if you want. And I'll kind of explain. So the big thing that we're looking for is we want that horse to stay right here. Say I'm on my right lead coming at you guys. I'm here loping right lead, over, over. That's what I want to get my horse to do. So I need the ability to take my horse on a line right here and push across. That lateral 45-degree movement is really important. I want to have some forward through the change. I want to have some sideways through the change. If I have too much sideways, not enough forward, my change doesn't drive through and you don't get that pretty front leg through it like we saw in the video. If I have too much forward and not enough over, the change simply doesn't happen. My horse just runs away, right? I don't want him to surge after the change. Okay, so come across, she's gonna push over and load everything on this left side and then straight and change, right there. So that's where the change would happen. So as she goes across here, and she's gonna go over, 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 and change, right there. She'd let him down and change. So it would be like this, over, 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 straight, change, and everything comes back across. Yep, so we'll have her loop around. She can show you guys on this long line what that would look like. The big thing about this that we want is I want this horse to move both legs over. If just my back end goes or just my front end goes, I'm kind of in a bad spot as far as like getting him to change even front to back. So she can go right here, she can just walk this over, 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 straight, and then change. So now the one thing I want her to do is I want her to walk straight over there for at least one stride and then ask for the change. So here, over, 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 straight, between her feet, change, right there. Over, 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 straight, change. Good, good, very good, just like that. This spur is not gonna be real effective. Not gonna be real effective on that leg. Both spurs fell off, that's good, that's good. So that's how light our horse is. He moves over like that off our heel, right? So, get your horse to where he can do that kind of at a walk first. They gotta be able to lateral really easily. In the next video, we're gonna go over a couple maneuvers that I wanna see my horse be able to do before I start changing leads. So some of this lateral stuff at a trot is really, really good. It's good for teaching your horse to trot and jog well, because he's gotta jog from up high and keep his chest open, keep his shoulders up and open. But it's also really good for teaching him to change leads. So right here at a trot, over, 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 straight, change. Now the only thing I don't like is how she drops her hands out when she goes straight. I don't want to see her drop her hands out when she goes straight, okay? So same thing here. Her spurs are literally falling off her little duck boots, but you see how he still laterals up and over really smooth, right? There's no sticky in there. There's no like abrasiveness or suck back through that. He just smoothly moves around, okay? This is literally just the heels of her boots and no spurs. So coming through, around through here, lateral over, good, straight, and change. Good, just like that, just like that. So what I want to see is, I want to see someone push across onto my left leg. So if I'm going on my left lead here, I'm loping around, going left lead, coming around here, I'm going to go over onto my left leg, load the left side of my horse, load that side up. So when she comes, oh, I thought you were going to come around and lope. No, I didn't. Okay, so when I go to load this side up, I'm taking my horse's weight. On his left lead, it should be over on the right. These are his balance legs. So the outside legs of a horse when he lopes are where his weight is. So I'm gonna push him up and over, get his weight off of this side and load this side, okay? So when I wrap that spur in and I pull that rein up, I'm loading that side over there. See, my weight shifts too. So I'm here like this, I'm gonna load this side like this, all right? So when you're riding, if you're loping your horse, you should be sitting balanced and square. You're going to load the left side of your horse. That takes the weight off of the left legs, puts it on or off the right legs onto the left legs. So we come through, off the right onto the left. We're going to push across. He's going to be on this spur, and then I just take this leg off and push him back into it. All right? So she's going to load this left side like that. Very good. So she loads that side, and again, her spur's falling off, so that's just the heel of her boot pushing her across. Okay? So taking your horse's weight off of the right side onto the left is step one, right? So I want my horse, once he can load that side, we'll just set him down. We'll push him across, set him down, and load that line. Because my horse is over on the left spur here, it's not a big, exciting movement to go and take that leg back off, right? So when I come across here, if you can see, she's pushing back that way. Good, now go straight, and now come back. So see how she keeps this leg really close by? Because that spur is really close by, and it's hugging him, we're kind of pushing him and piling him up onto that foot. He's gonna be right there balanced on our spur. So what that means is, when I go to push him back across, you see that leg is already in contact with him. So I think we get in trouble when we train horses and we let that leg go way away. Yeah, so when she comes around here, I personally think that I get in a lot of trouble with my parts and pieces kind of getting away from me when I go to push across and do my lateral move with my leg way away from him like this. Okay, so I'll show you. See, this left leg is way away from her horse? And it throws her off. So yeah, see how she's actually leaning, come back across, she's leaning to the outside. So see where she's got her weight to the outside? Think about what's happening to our horse. What's really going on there if she's leaning this way? He's falling back that way, right? So what's going to happen then is you're going to push your horse like this to set up for the change, and then push him like this to change. He's almost always going to fling his head I think, in that kind of a change.
Yeah.
So when you start leaning around on your horse, I just don't think it's conducive. So when we keep this leg wrapped close, it's gonna keep Macy a lot more square up in the saddle, okay? So keep your right leg wrapped close by. Good, just like that. See how much straighter she is in her body? So now she's riding more with her horse, and she's preventing that body roll that gets us in trouble when we ride, okay? We want our horse to stay straight right here. He's gonna push across, load this side, and switch leads, all right? So when I come across, I don't wanna get this leg way away. It does open the door, right? So it does open the door. But I want this leg just kind of staying close by because I don't want things just running out the side. All right, so opening a door is good. Having that leg be soft on that side is a good thing, but not just shoving everything out the open door, okay? Yes, they've got to stay straight because when he stays straight in his body, he can drive forward. And that's the biggest thing about a good change. You got to drive forward through the change. So right here, he's loading this left leg, and then because her left leg is already close, all she has to do is pop her right leg off to get the change, all right? So right here, pushing him across to our left leg, because it's already there, all we have to do is open this door back into the change, all right? So we're gonna push that side, open the door. We've already got this leg close, push him to her right leg, and then just switch your feet. And there's the change, all right? So see how she didn't have to make a big move out of this leg. That keeps the change in motion and in rhythm, because if you have to make a big move like this, to change leads, you're gonna shock and surprise your horse and probably goose him through the change, I think. All right? Yep. So this one, like that super over-exaggerated, like push him across, open the left side, and then boom, back across this way. And see how he like hit her hands right there? Nothing stayed fluid or smooth. I want things to stay fluid and smooth through his top line. The only way we're gonna get that is by being soft and fluid up there. So loading this left side, then kick the right side off, load the right side, kick the left side off, there's your change. Load the left side, kick the right side off, there's your change, all right? So I want to do a little video here, kind of set up our lead change theory so you guys understand it. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. The Discord channel, message us, send us an email, whatever it is, send us a text message, doesn't matter to me. We'll get back to you. We'd love to help you guys, and this stuff is for you. So if you have questions, you're not sure about what to do, feel free to reach out, all right? So thank you, Macy, for demonstrating. And thank you so much for being a part of this, guys. Love having you here. Love doing these Patreon videos, and we're going to keep doing more on these lead change things. The next video will be the exercises that kind of go into setting our horse up, and then we'll start doing some actual lead changes. If you've seen the videos on Facebook, this horse had about 5 rides of lead changes. Yeah, about 5 rides of lead changes now. So he's kind of green to him, kind of learning them. He's picking them up pretty quick. He's really smart. This is going to be a good class for him. He's a Southern Thing baby. Southern Thing was great in the Western riding, so should be a good event for him. All right, thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. We'll see you in the next video.
Untouchable, a new